Hello and welcome to this vlog hosted by Center News. It's very easy to admire someone who appears to be unwavering in their principles. But true respect belongs to those who possess the ability to reason. Real admiration goes to those who have the willingness to see beyond their own goals and do what is right for everyone. A real hero uses his brain first and only engages his fist as a last resort. That is what the United States used to be. It was a hero to the rest of the world who respected it more than they feared it. It was all of us as a nation, not one man who kept us safe, but a country filled with descendants of heroes. We honored the men who fought, not the man who sent them to fight. We were free men who didn't beg for safety. We was a country that played by the rules even when others didn't. And when we did overreact, we admitted it and helped our enemy to become our friend. There was a time when we didn't cower to fear and surrender our freedoms for a fake sense of safety. We stood as a nation united against fear, not divided by fear, and that is what made us strong and noble. Not since the paranoid propagandist movement of McCarthyism have we seen such blatant ignorance and fear-mongering. But even McCarthyism didn't have the strength to change the Constitution or to void the Bill of Rights. Even McCarthyism/Hooverism focused mainly on people in public office and didn't reach into the everyday lives of every American citizen. I suspect if it had, there would have been such a revolt that it would have been put down long before it actually was. Because even though our grandparents strongly opposed communism, they didn't tremble in fear of it. They didn't compromise their freedoms to live. They lived so that our freedoms wouldn't be compromised. They didn't need one man to keep them safe by trading their freedoms. They stood up and fought so that every man could remain free. We are told that this is a new enemy, but it's really an old foe of mankind. It's a tactic, it's fear, and fear is terror. The moment that we declared war on a tactic, we surrendered all sensible reasoning. I am embarrassed when I hear fellow citizens say, "Bush kept us safe." I'm ashamed when I see people defend the Patriot Act. I become frustrated when I see people so damn stubborn that they can only see one side of an argument and refuse to reason with fellow citizens. We have become a nation of fear addicts who rely on people like Glenn Beck and Keith Olbermann to give us our adrenaline rush. We cuddle up to the smugness of Bill O'Reilly and Rachel Maddow to confirm the divisions among our fellow citizens. Like religious fiends who fail to accept flaws in their logic. And atheist preachers who can't see their own hypocrisy or cannot take into account the human spirit, we can no longer find common ground. We can no longer see nor admit that there is someone behind the curtain, or that it's all an illusion designed to distract us and control us with fear and mistrust of each other. Fear and war on fear has not only bankrupted our country, it has also bankrupted our ability for reasonable thought and has made us slaves to whoever is pulling the strings or cracking the whip. Our reaction to fear has caused us to lose our standing in the world as a fair and just people. We find ourselves at a fork in the road. But I don't like either direction. Sometimes you just have to admit you got off on the wrong exit and turn around. That would mean repealing nearly everything that was done during the Bush administration and even repealing Clinton's NAFTA. It is time for we as a nation to join together, stop allowing talking heads to tell us how to think. Demand our jobs be returned from overseas. Repeal the Patriot Act and start a national infrastructure project unlike any before it. Leave the Middle East and develop new sources of energy. Your neighbor is not